Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the inside of the cluttered Ashtoons studio. It is currently about 8:30 at night on Monday, November the 30th, 2020, and we've got snow out there. Here, let me show you. Look, we got snow. I don't know if you can see that, but just trust me. And that's a big deal for me. I grew up in Georgia, and we don't typically get this in Tennessee even. Maybe an inch a year. Anyway. What am I doing today? It's going to be another cooking video, and I'm going to be making apple butter out of this bag of wine sap apples. I'm not just making apple butter, and I'm also going to try to can the apple butter. And both of these things I have never done before. Not once. I've never made apple butter and never canned anything. So I believe I have all the ingredients, and I've even got one of these big water bath canning things. I got this from Royal King. It's hard to say. And so I'm just kind of learning as I go. I've watched a few videos about it. I do know that the first step is to get these cut up and then put into a slow cooker. So let's go ahead and start things off by time-lapsing that. At this point, most recipes call for adding a bunch of sugar. Usually about 2 cups, a combination of white sugar and brown sugar. But I don't want to do that. As you guys know, I've made that resolution to hit the end of the year at 200 pounds or less. And so we're trying to make things, a little cameo of the channel mascot. Make things a little bit healthier. And I do know that when I make a smoothie, if I want to sweeten up the smoothie, I add bananas to it. Because they are very high in sugar. And so why not take advantage of that same method here? And go ahead and throw in I'm going to throw in 3 bananas that are at that point where they're starting to develop the brown spots. And let it cook down with these bananas in there. And then at the end, give it a taste test. And if I still don't think that it is sweet enough, I might add a little honey. Or, of course, the obvious choice, maple syrup. Because apples and maple syrup, they just go together. It's like ketchup and french fries. It's like chili pepper and mango. Like wasabi and ginger root. Next, I'm going to throw in some sea salt. Don't ask me for the quantities. I am just playing this by ear. A generous amount of allspice, and a good shake of nutmeg as well. One more. And then cinnamon. And cinnamon is a very mild spice, so when I add cinnamon to something like this, I usually add what I feel like is too much. And then I add a little more. That's really get the cinnamon in there. That's part of what gives it that nice dark brown color at the end too. Alright, that feels like too much, but let's go ahead and put in some more. Alright, a little bit more. Alright, stop. Alright, we're done. Alright, apple cider vinegar. I want to say about 1/4 cup of that. And then, just because it feels like something you should do, I'm going to throw in a generous handful of craisins. And at this point, you're supposed to also pour in some water, but instead, I'm going to pour in some cranberry juice. Do my best to give it that initial first stir before I plug it in and turn on the heat. This is futile to try to stir it until the juices start making it a little bit runny. Well, let's try it anyway. All right. Many of the videos did say to start it off by putting it on low for the first few hours, and then later turning it to high, and that it would take as long as 8 hours. I hope I don't get in trouble for plugging 2 slow cookers into the same power strip. Got a little turkey roast going right there. And by in trouble, of course, I mean I hope I don't pop any breakers. I would hate to get up tomorrow morning and find this uncooked. At any rate, it will take all night for this to cook, and I'll probably get up throughout the night and stir it and make sure that it's still going. So I'm not going to show you guys all of that. So let's just cut to tomorrow morning. Well, it is the next morning now, and well, look at this. It's cooked way down, and it's got that nice, rich, dark brown color to it. Oh, take a look at this. Nestor, I think you had kind of a rough night, didn't you? Didn't you? Yeah, look at this out here. We have a lot of snow. It really came down last night. And you see all those footprints? You see all those footprints there? That's where little guy Nestor kept going through his pet door there and like, what is this? What is this weird white cold fluffy stuff that keeps falling out of the sky? And then he would come running in and climb under the blanket with me and warm back up, and then a few hours later run back out there again. So he had a rough night. You there, buddy? Anyway, so the next step is going to be transferring it over to the blender and putting a nice puree on it. Okay, right, so that just happened. I guess I probably should have done that in halves. Right. That was a hassle. I need a better blender, or one of those immersion blenders. Realistically, this pot is way too big for just 3 pint jars. So while that is heating up to a boil, I'm going to go ahead and take a clean spoon and taste test this and see if it is indeed necessary to add some maple syrup. No, it's not. That is plenty sweet enough. Bananas. Who would have thought? It took a while, but we're finally at a rapid boil. Okay, Nestor. Time to fill her on up. I don't have a canning funnel, so while that jar's hot, I guess I just gotta be careful. But this is one that has the flat and the ring. That one there. And you don't really have to keep the flat in hot water. That's not something necessary anymore. Alright, so that's the first one. I was thinking I would only get 3 pints out of this. So it's almost exactly 3 pints. Alright, so I wait till it comes back to a boil and then give it about 15 minutes. Well, it's been the full 15 minutes, actually about 20 minutes. I figure it would hurt them to go a little extra. Alright, so now as they cool, that little pressure thing, you can hear it right here. That right there is supposed to suck back down, meaning that the there's been a vacuum seal created on it. That's what preserves them. So I'm not going to count this a victory until I come back and those little pops things have sucked down. Okay, Nestor. Yeah, it happened. Only took about an hour, but all 3 of these, the pressure seal has got suction on it now. It's a good vacuum seal on there. I went ahead and labeled them up and made myself a couple of slices of victory toast. As tedious and as time-consuming as that first batch was, I did learn a lot of things, and I think making it again, it should go a lot faster. And now that I've proven to myself that I can do this, there's really no limit to the things I can make. Jams and preserves and, you know, pickled eggs or beans or asparagus. Yeah, so there you go. Let's go ahead and get a bite of it. That's going to be it for this one, guys. If you've enjoyed this at all, please don't hesitate to indicate so by hitting the thumbs up like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to turn on notifications by hitting the bell. I will talk to you down in the comments and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Go on out.